Alright, 2021 certainly was a year. Certainly not nearly as hectic as 2020. I don't know how I was able to get consistent videos out in the middle of that doubleheader season. But 2022 is here, so here we are, Season 5 of Wookie Drives. Oh my god, I've been doing this for 5 years now. Anyways, let's move on to the subject of this episode, the dandy of every automotive journalist, the 2016 Ford Fiesta ST. While some benchmark cars last the test of time, like the BMW M3, others come and go in a single generation either due to poor sales or a shift in direction by the higher ups. While they make a splash onto the scene and were sung all the praises by the automotive press and buyers alike, they may have escaped the greater automotive consciousness during their time. Once they're gone and time moves along, their legend builds more and more. The Ford Fiesta ST is that latter type of benchmark car. Killed due to Ford's higher-ups deciding the sedanocalypse was upon us and that higher profit margins of crossovers over regular cars were the move to go, but despite the Japanese and Korean brands just absorbing that little market share that Ford's cars had instead of just the buyers buying crossovers. But while the regular subcompact Fiesta was simply a cheap car, the ST did something that all performance models strive for, but many don't actually achieve. Turn the pedestrian base car into something truly special. The Ford Fiesta ST is one of those truly special cars. During its life cycle, every automotive journalist that drove this car sung its highest praises from the highest of mountains. But that didn't exactly sell many cars. While all that praise didn't exactly sell many Fiesta STs in the States, the Fiesta ST would jokingly become known as the automotive journalist cars, due to the amount of automotive journalists who would up and buy these and daily them, some still to this day. They aren't wrong. This is probably one of the best hot hatches ever to exist. While the Mark VII Volkswagen Jetta failed to inspire me like earlier Volkswagens, the Fiesta ST excited me from the first time I shifted into first. The light weight of 2,720 pounds, coupled with the factory 180 horsepower, are just the tip of the iceberg of this car. That alone would make a very fun car. But the fact that they've tuned the suspension and steering with the precision you expect out of a GTI on top of an overboost feature that would temporarily give the car an additional 15 horsepower in certain applications elevated this car to a legendary status. My freaking lord, I absolutely love this car. I filmed this car back in November of 2021, and it surpasses even the E93 BMW M3 from a month earlier that I sung high praises of. This car is that freaking good. The 1.6-liter EcoBoost Sigma 4-banger screams in pure joy even with the slightest application of power with its twin independent variable camshaft timing. Then you attach it to the excellent 6-speed manual that has torque vectoring control, which gives you 3 different settings of fun. This car just transfers the power so damn well. I absolutely love it. And the Fiesta ST garnered all the love from the press. For 2013, it amassed 22 awards across the globe, including Top Gear's Car of the Year, Automobile's 2014 All-Star member, Car and Driver's 10 Best inductee, Autocar's Best Value Driver's Car, Popular Mechanics Automotive Excellence Award for handling, Esquire's Small Car of the Year, Haggerty's 2014 Hot List member, and the UK's Car of the Year Best Performance Car, just to name a few. This car deserves that praise. Inside is economy car levels of cheapness, but that's because the base car was Ford's cheapest offering at the time, the Fiesta. Of course the plastics are cheap and the interior is sparse. This isn't a BMW. This is what a true hot hatch is. You take your cheapest pedestrian offering and give it the mechanicals the goods. So when you get in a Fiesta ST, you tend to ignore the cheapness because the performance is so dang good that you just ignore it. An added benefit is, despite the small cabin, it's tall and airy. Plus, the tall cabin makes for excellent visibility, especially in the front. While modern cars typically got higher belt lines for crash safety at the expense of being able to see out the goddamn thing, the Fiesta is an excellent car to see out of. Coupled with its small size, it becomes a fantastic city car to maneuver in city streets and tight parking spots. While the Fiesta has been a continuous member of Ford's European lineup, it's only appeared sporadically in the United States due to its small size and Americans not liking anything smaller than a mid-sized suburban mom SUV or dad sedan. Subcompacts and super minis have always been strong sellers across the pond due to their much older cities that aren't designed around cars. Smaller cars make sense for maneuverability's sakes in Europe. The original Fiesta was developed under the codename Bobcat, with the intention on selling something with a slightly longer wheelbase than the Fiat 127, but still slightly shorter than the Ford Escort. Ford's marketing team wanted to call the little car the Ford Bravo, but Henry Ford II stepped in and did Henry Ford II things, and insisted that the car be called the Fiesta due to the company recently acquiring the rights to that name from GM. Of course, the name stuck, and it's been a fixture in Europe ever since. The first generation Fiesta was a smashing success upon its debut in the middle of 1976, and would even be imported to the United States for a few years. However, when there was time for a second generation, America wouldn't get the import due to cost reasons. Instead, the homebrew North American Escort would replace both the Fiesta and the Pinto in America. Ford wouldn't revisit the subcompact in the States until 1986, when the Mazda-designed Festiva would be introduced. The second generation Festiva would be renamed the Aspire in America, before quietly disappearing from our shores once again in 1998. Then, a gap in Ford America's lineup until 2011. Ford's subcompact offerings never really gained a foothold here, and it wasn't until Ford's One Ford global strategy of offering the same cars across all markets in the world that we'd get another subcompact. Keep in mind that GM had continued investing in bringing cheap subcompacts via its several Asian brand partnerships since the 1980s. With One Ford, the Blue Oval sought to finally gain a foothold in America with a tiny little car. And they did. While they were initially outsold by the established Chevy Sonic, which was just the second generation Aveo, the Fiesta sales stayed consistent, while the Sonic sales started to nosedive halfway during that car's lifespan. However, despite being a solid little car, power shift transmission class action lawsuit notwithstanding, the Fiesta would quietly duck from our shores once again following the 2019 model year. While Europe would get a new 7th generation Fiesta, other markets would again lose out. Only a short few years after the One Ford finally gave us a good little car, European focuses finally, and it gave the Europeans our Fusion as the Mondeo. They would unceremoniously ditch that global strategy in favor of crossovers everywhere in America, such as the EcoSport. Yes, one of my most hated vehicles to appear on this channel. Yep, the sedanocalypse strikes once again, a topic I seem to touch upon every few months. It's killed the Fusion, the Focus, the Fiesta, and for what? That loathed little EcoSport? But because of One Ford, we were able to experience this fantastic little hot hatch in the land of freedom units. I cannot sing the praises of this car enough, and it's a shame that it failed to sell outside of its cult following. Once again, Ford had stumbled upon themselves a very good benchmark car. Anyways, this particular 2016 Ford Fiesta ST comes courtesy of a familiar face to the channel, Noah of Belmont, North Carolina. I last covered one of his cars with the 5th generation Chevrolet Camaro last year. While I complained about the ergonomics of that car, he pretty much agreed with me and would trade this in a few months later. He briefly tipped his toes into Hondas with an Acura RSX, but that just wasn't for him. For most of the year, he dailied a Crown Victoria, which fit his country boy personality well. Keep in mind, his summer car is a square-body Chevy truck, which has also appeared on this channel. However, this past fall, he stumbled upon this 2016 Ford Fiesta ST. One brief test drive later, and he was sold. Gone was the Crown Victoria, and was one of the greatest hot hatches ever sold. While he had fun with the Camaro and Crown Vic, I could tell that this Fiesta ST is his Goldilocks car. It's just right. It's good on gas, it's fairly practical despite its size, and it brings a smile to his face every time he gets behind the wheel. What complaints he does have are the modifications made by the original owner, which he's been quietly fixing or updating over time. He purchased this car for around $14,000 in the fall of 2021 with 68,000 miles on it. It was tuned by Dizzy Tuning, which includes a Cobb tuner, full Cobb intake, and a Cobb rear motor mount. It had a burble tune when he bought it, which was a little too obnoxious for him, so he had it reflashed shortly after for something less shouty. It's been lowered 1 inch on Falkland springs, lightweight roto grid wheels, and mud flaps, because they just look fantastically rally car. He's also upgraded the original Ford Sync 3 to Sync 4, which allows him to use Apple CarPlay on his newer phone. The original owner also put purple highlights and trim pieces everywhere, which is something Noah has been quietly replacing with stock colors. The only purple that's really left on the car is the intercooler pipe, which you can't really see upon first glance unless you're looking at it. Also, this is a ST1, meaning it's the base of the Ford Fiesta ST line. Unlike the ST2 or ST3, you don't get Recaro seats, heated seats, or sunroof. All that Noah and I don't really think it needs. As it sits, it's fine for daily use. A sunroof would have eliminated headroom, and my fat ass probably won't fit in a Recaro. Also, we live in North Carolina. We don't need heated seats. So before this video becomes out of hand of just me singing praises of this car until the cows come home, my god, drive one of these cars. It's so dang good. I cannot stress that enough. Unless you've driven one of these cars, you can't truly appreciate just how well Ford's engineering department did with this little car. They truly hit a home run, and I highly recommend getting behind the wheel of one. For me, all modern hot hatches, well, everything from 2010 onwards, will be directly compared with this car from now on. The Ford Fiesta ST is a benchmark for the modern hot hatch. While the Mark 7 Volkswagen GTI left me feeling like I was missing something, the Fiesta ST made me feel like a superhero. This is a fantastic car, and while a few videos back I said that the E93 BMW M3 was the best car I had driven of 2021, well, it didn't take long before the Ford Fiesta ST set the bar even higher for me. 2016 Ford Fiesta ST, a truly special hot hatch that all modern hot hatches should and will be compared to. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you once again for watching another episode of Wookie Drives. As mentioned earlier, this week's episode comes courtesy of Noah of Belmont, North Carolina. Thank you so much to him for letting me drive his fantastic little Ford Fiesta. If you have a car or truck you'd like to see on the show and happen to live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, feel free to email me at wookiedrives@gmail.com with your submission. That's right, submit your car to wookiedrives@gmail.com. Feel free to follow the official Facebook page for channel updates, follow my Twitter and Instagram for Wookie rants, raves, and overall shenanigans, follow my TikTok for just random, brain poop videos that I make that don't really fit the main YouTube channel, so I just put them over there. Be sure to give the video a like, drop a comment with some feedback, any feedback helps this channel grow, share with all your Ford Fiesta ST friends, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more Wookie Drives like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.
Europe's most successful new car in history comes to America. Introducing Fiesta. Now imported from Germany by Ford. Fiesta. It gave European drivers the precise control of rack and pinion steering. And road-gripping Michelin radial tires. The power that took it from 0 to 50 in an average of 8.8 seconds. And front disc brakes that brought it from 50 to 0 in an average of 3.3 seconds. Fiesta has the traction and control of front-wheel drive, yet it also has excellent gasoline economy and a modest base sticker price. Fiesta. Test drive Europe's most successful new car in history at more than 5,000 authorized Ford dealers across America.